Welcome back class. In the previous video we have discussed about the Ohm's law, which is derived by the help of the drift velocity concept. Today we are going to write the Ohm's law in vector form. So what is the outcome of the previous derivation? So the outcome of the previous derivation is V by I is equals to m divided by n e square tau L by A. So what are the parameters? V is the potential difference across the conductor, I is the current flowing through the conductor, and here m is the mass of the electron, and n is what? The free electron density or the number of electrons present in unit volume. E is what? Simple, you know that 1.6 × 10⁻⁹ coulomb, and tau is the average relaxation time of the free electrons. And what is L? L is the length of the conductor, and A is the area of cross section of the conductor. So this is the outcome of our previous derivation. If you have any doubt in this derivation, you should consult, you should mention in the comment section. But already I have explained each and every terms. So let us discuss. I am rearranging the terms here. V upon L. I am taking this L this side is equals to m upon n e square tau is I am taking I that side, right now. So that become I by A. Now see here the terms V by L. V by L is what? With the help of the concept of the potential gradient, which is what? E is equal to minus dV by dx. So here dV is what? The potential difference, and ds is the length. So in the dx length, the potential difference built up in the electric field is dV. And minus sign only indicates in the direction of the electric field potential decreases. So here with the help of this electric field and the potential difference concept, we can write V by L, potential difference across the conductor and the length of conductor. You see the potential difference divided by the length, you will get the electric field. So in place of this we can write the electric field. Clear? So basically in terms of V by L we can write the electric field, which is the electric field setup throughout the whole conductor. And m upon n e square tau is what? It is a specific resistance rho, and I by A. What is I by A? Rate of flow of current with respect to the area of cross section, that is the current density. So you can write it is the current density, right? J. So E is equal to rho into J, where rho is what? Rho is the specific resistance of the conductor. Or we can rearrange the terms. We can write J is equal to what? 1 upon rho into E. And what 1 upon rho is what? The reciprocal of the specific resistance is called what? The conductivity. Is called the conductivity, represented by sigma into E, where sigma is called the conductivity of conductor. Right now, this is already discussed in the class 10th also. This is the reciprocal of the specific resistance is called the conductivity, right now. And what is the unit of this conductivity? The conductivity is the reciprocal, that is why. And what is the unit of specific resistance is ohm meter. So it is ohm meter inverse, right now. Ohm meter inverse. So unit is ohm meter inverse, right now. Ohm meter inverse, you can write this one. Now you know that the current density is a vector quantity and the electric field is also a vector quantity. So just find what is the relation of these parameters in the vector form. So you know that if we apply potential difference across a conductor, and suppose this one is the positive and this one is the negative, that means this end is connected with the positive terminal of the plate and this end is connected with the negative terminal. And if there is a free electron is here, so in which direction it will move? Certainly it will move in the positive direction. So in this direction the electron will move, right now. And because it is the positive end and this one is negative end, then the electric field direction is in this direction, from positive to negative. What is the current density? Current density is in the direction of the movement of the positive charge, and which is the direction of the opposite direction of the movement of the electron. So electron is moving in the left direction, so positive charge will move in which direction? That will move in right hand direction. Now see the direction of the current density vector and the electric field vector. This is the direction of the electric field vector from positive plate to negative plate, and this is the direction of the positive charge movement. So this is the direction of the J also. Better? So the current density is in this direction and the electric field is also in the same direction. So if you express this current density and the electric field in the vector form, so both are in the same direction, that is why J is equal to plus sigma E, right now. So simply this is the vector representation of the Ohm's law, right now. Ohm's law can be represented in the vector form J is equal to sigma E. While we have studied in the terms of J and the drift velocity, there is a negative direction is there because the VD is in the opposite direction. But the current density is in the direction of the movement of the positive charge, right now. That is why that will move in this direction. Now let us find out the dimension of this conductivity with the help of this relation, right now. So next we are going to find the dimension of this conductivity with the help of this relation. We can also find the conductivity with the help of this relation 1 upon specific resistance or resistivity. So with the help of formula R is equal to rho L upon A, you can find the dimension of the rho and just take the reciprocal. So with the help of this formula you can also find the dimension of this conductivity, but we are finding the conductivity with the help of this formula. So from this relation you know that J is equal to sigma into E, or sigma is equal to J upon E. Clear? Sigma is equal to J upon E. So the dimension of conductivity is equals to dimension of J divided by dimension of E. Simple, right now? So just note down the dimension of J. J is what? J is basically I by A. I am writing here J is equal to I by A, and E is equal to what? E is equal to, I will write F upon Q. The basic definition of the electric field intensity, E is equal to F by Q, or F is equal to QE. From that relation I am putting the value of E is F by Q. Now put the value. This is I by A. I is ampere, so the dimension of current is ampere, right now. And divided by A is, here A is the area of cross section. So divided of area of cross section, area expressed into meter square, so that is L2, for the meter square L2, and multiply by, that become Q by F. So Q is I into T, so ampere into second. So for Q you can write the dimension 80. And here the dimension of the force. Dimension of the force is mLT to the power minus 2. Right? Kilogram meter per second square. So I am repeating again. Here the dimension of J is basically the current density, which is I by A. That means current divided by area of cross section. So this is the dimension of the current, which is ampere, and this is the dimension of the area, which is meter square. And here the dimension of electric field is F by Q. So you can write Q by F. The dimension of Q is from the relation what? I is equal to Q by T. So Q is equal to I into T, ampere into second. So here ampere into second, right? And divided by the dimension of the force. So force dimension is kilogram meter per second square. Clear? Now simplify this one. So in the denominator only m is here. So when it will go in the numerator, that will become minus 1. Clear? And here L2 and this multiply L to the power 3 in the denominator. When it will go in the numerator, that will become L to the power minus 3. Clear? in the numerator, t to the minus 2 is in the denominator and t in the numerator. That become t to the power 3. Clear? Because t to the minus 2, that will go in the numerator, that becomes t to the power 2, and multiply by this t, that becomes t to the power 3. And the last, you will get a to the power 2. So this is your final dimension of the conductivity, m to the power minus 1, n to the power minus 3, t to the power 3, and a to the power 2. Clear? So this is your dimension of the conductivity, right, which is the reciprocal of the resistivity. So if your aim is to find what is the dimension of the resistivity, just take the reciprocal. Right now, vice versa. If 1 upon rho is equal to sigma, then sigma is rho is equal to also 1 upon sigma. So you know the dimension of the sigma, simply you can find the dimension of the rho also by taking the reciprocal, that is 1 upon this value. So that becomes m to the power 1, n to the power 3, t to the power minus 3, and a to the power 2. So if you are able to find the dimension of resistivity, so that become m to the power 1, l to the power 3, t to the power minus 3, and a to the power minus 2. Only by taking the reciprocal of this one, 1 upon. So m to the power minus 1 become m to the power 1, l to the power minus 3 become n to the power 3, t to the power 3 become t to the power minus 3, and a to the power 2 become a to the power minus 2. So this is your conductivity. So this is the vector representation of the Ohm's law, which also relate the current density and the electric field. Right? So this free electron theory, you studied that because of the potential difference across the conductor, the electric field is set up, and that electric field is forcing the electron to move in a certain direction, which is responsible for a certain amount of current flowing through the conductor. Right? So this is our Ohm's law in vector form. So I hope you understand this concept. If you have any doubt, you should mention in the comment section. Thank you.